Well, hello again. Little short video. This is on a couple of problems that have come my way over the last week. The first one, a gentleman wrote to me, and what it came up with was the fact that if you press the shunt, cruise and stop, that train will operate. If you actually put it into the larger mode and use the slider, it works, as does those as well. But in this mode, if you use the slider, the train doesn't work. So I thought that's a strange one. I've never seen that before. So I said, right, can you send me your INI file? I'll have a look in there, see if there's anything in there that's not set properly. So he sent me his INI file, and this is it. As you can see, that's all there is. Now compare that with mine. That is what it should look like. All this stuff was missing. So what he did then, he actually rang me, and he's got TeamViewer on his computer. And while I was chatting to him, what had happened was he'd also put Railmaster as a demo on another PC, and everything worked perfect. But on this one, it didn't work. So I went in, and what I did is I copied, which I can do for anybody, is I copied my INI file. This one is for an E-Link. I've also got one for an Elite as well. Both of mine have worked for 9 years with no problems whatsoever, so I know that they work. So I copied those in, turned off, put it back on, and it still came up with the same problem. So I said, well, one thing you can do is actually delete the system and put it back in again off an evaluation copy. I said, but first of all, you need to copy the track plan, whichever your track plan's called, .pin, and also one called resource file, which is this. So you also copied this INI file, which I had actually done, onto this memory stick or disk, I don't know which you got. So you got the three saved. He then deleted all of Railmaster off the system, started it all back up again, put his code back in again, put the three files back in again, and everything worked perfect. Now I presume from that he's got an old Railmaster file disk and something had corrupted in it. I've had people where what they've said is that when the Windows 10 have had an update, they've had a problem. But that's what it was, is he's got a corrupt system. So if anybody wants this full copy, now one of the things is because I've got Pro, remember I've got Pro, there's a lot more things in it you can do, such as this, you can change them round. There's also the track plans where you can put 45-degree angles in, so if I actually go up here a bit, you can actually see one of my 45-degree angles in there, which is ideal for an engine shed as such. But also is these little trains, which of course all my programs, instead of going to this and going down, say I've got 120 or 130 programs in this, so instead of going down there and find it and operate that, these are what operate them. So I press these buttons on click on these trains, and they operate the programs that I want. So he wrote back to me again, said it's all working. He was happy as a sandboy, and thanked me very much for it. So that was one out of the problem. Now a couple of days ago now, I had another gentleman ring me, or wrote to me, sorry, and what he got was this. Can you set a program for running in locos on a rolling road? And I actually said yes. So what I should do is, once I've shown you this and got the video done, I'll send him a copy of this. So what I've actually got here, I've actually got a rolling road with a loco on it. Now, as it happens downstairs, I've got an oval track which is DC. So what I normally do whenever I have a train which is DC, which is normal, I'll run it round on the track for half an hour one way and run it round on the track the other way to run it in. Some trains these days you don't need to run them in, they'll work perfect. They get better with age, but they will work perfectly straight out of the box. So this is my rolling road. This one is from 10 Commandments, which I use all the time. Now, one thing, what you have to do to make a program, I'll actually show you the program, what it is. If we go to here, and what I've done, I've called it Rolling Road. There. So what you've got here is you've got start off at 0, you then pick your train. Now the easiest way, all you got to do is go to the thing there, it gives you that. You go to loco like that, brings the loco up. You go to this box here and click on it, and in there are all your locos. Now what happens with these, they all come in numerical order. So whereas mine are all over the place here, they're numerical. So just find what it is and click it in. So that does that bit. When it gets to this bit here, this is a little special system that's in Railmaster. If I actually go to here, see you've got reverse to shunt, forward to 50, reverse to 50, accelerate A to B, so that could be from 0 to 50, or it might be, and then decelerations and then stop. So you've got all those you can actually operate. You can actually make a program up this way around, but then again, when you do this, you don't know where the train's going to stop. It's better to use the normal one, which is the tape recorder up there. Now this, where it says 50, you can change that to what you want. So what I have to do with that is I can actually now change that like this and go into there like that, and let's take this out a minute, and we put in 40. It depends on where you want to run the trains. Now the thing is, you can change this anytime you want, and you can change the loco anytime you want. So we do that, and we do this again, and we do this, and put in 40 in there, right? So that is that, and then I've called it the rolling road. So just do this, and do this. So that is the actual one we got. Now some say with your locos, all locos run at a different speed, because this is a shunter, so it's geared down. Now 50 as a standard in the system could be a little bit fast, so you might drop it down to 30 or whatever you want. If you put it like 30, and then most of your locos will run at 30. So I'll put this down to 40. So that is how that one runs. So what I'll do now, I've done that, I now come out of it. Now what I've actually done is I've actually put a loco in there. That loco is that. So if I actually now click this, it's now going to start off, and it's going to run for 30 seconds. Your timing is how you want to do it. So that's going to now run for 30 seconds, like this. It'll stop, and then it'll go in reverse for 30 seconds. A few seconds now coming up. 6, 27, 28, 29, 30. It's stopped. That will start the other way. There you are, it's going backwards. So you can program a loco to run it in off a rolling road by doing just what I've done there. So I'm saying what you've got to do is just change, you can change your trains round, you can change that speed round, but the thing is you've got a program there which can run any loco you put on your rolling road with no problem at all. Well, and that's finished. It's as easy as that. So say what you've got again. I'm just going to here again. Let's go to that rolling road one. Rolling road. So say what you've got there is you've got the time. Now this is 30 seconds. So if you want to run it for a quarter of an hour, you've got to multiply 60 by 15. That'll give you 15 minutes of running. And all I've done then is added 50, put half a second on for going from stop to that one, and then add it on again. See what I've done there. So that's 30 there and 30 there. But if it was 50, it was 15 times 1 minute there, and you just make them up. But those are seconds, of course. Your loco is there. This part here you can actually change around at any time you want, and it's still running as a program, so it works every time. So if I now come down and turn that off again. So that is how you can actually do running a program to make a loco run on a rolling road and run the train in. Some say I've got the facility to do it downstairs. A lot of the cases I would do it up here, but the thing is I like to regulate the way my trains are run before I put them onto here. Then of course also when I do my shunt and cruise, as we are here, what I've got there is I usually do the shunt, and on the cruise I use a slider and go up in speed to what it looks correct on the layout, and then that is what I set as the cruise speed. A lot of mine are set at about 50-60 mile an hour. There again, it depends on the logos. Some are pushed at 70, some are down to 50. Every loco is different, so you've got to change them around every time you do it. So what I should do now is, this is my mallard, which is sat in a drawer for quite a long time, and I managed to get out and clean it and put it all back together again. And there's my West Coast. That one has got a program, this one hasn't. So what we'll do is we'll do the West Coast first and set that off to Newquay.
The next train to depart on platform 2 will be the 11:30 Regional Railway Service to Newquay, calling at Devonport Kings Road, Liskeard, Bodmin Parkway, Lostwithiel, Parr, Roche and Newquay only. This train is formed of 2 coaches. First class accommodation is located at the rear of the train. Please mind the gap when boarding this train.
That will now start off. Also my CVs, a lot of my CVs are set about 40 to start them up. And I'll also click the mallard. Notice how slow it starts off and then it builds up in speed. It's set at about 40 on CV3. This one of course will keep going on its program, and this one I'm running individually. See now it's just coming round here. Yeah, that's the program for that one. That's it, it's done. So what I can do with this one now, I'll stop it there. So one of the things is I noticed the other day, I thought, what's that? So I've got a bit of skullduggery, as you might call it, going on in one of my houses over there. And if you look at the first window there, where are we? That one there, it's got a red light in it. There's something going on in that little house there, and I don't want to know about it before the police come. So, a bit of fun. So, if anybody wants me at any time, any questions? It's been quiet for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I've had nobody whatsoever. Only these last two I've just done. I'm feeling lonely. So if anybody has got any questions or wants to chat about Railmaster in any particular thing, just give me a call. I'm on 01782 302194. My email address is there as well. And please subscribe, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.